When you hear the word comet, you may think immediately of astronomy. But in meteorological circles, COMET has another meaning. It stands for the Cooperative Program for Operational Meteorology, Education, and Training. It's an organization based in Boulder, Colorado. And we're pleased this evening to be joined by its director, Dr. Tim Spangler. Thanks for joining us on Weather World, Tim.
You're welcome, John. I'm enjoying it.
I think most folks are probably unfamiliar with COMET, so why don't we start with an overview of the history and exactly where COMET fits today in the big picture of meteorological education.
Well, COMET started in 1990, and it was to support the modernization of the National Weather Service. Our nation invested about $4 billion in its weather services, and there was a strong feeling that we needed to modernize the workforce also. The program began with laser discs, which are big. If you're young, you've never seen one of these, I'm sure. We play with them in the office now. And then we went to CDs, but by 1998, we were doing everything online. Everything is available on the web, free. And we have expanded from focusing on the working weather forecaster to focusing also on users of weather forecasts, like emergency managers, farmers, and also trying to help the public prepare for disasters, like hurricanes, for example.
So one of the products that COMET is most well known for, at least in academic circles, is the production of modules, teaching tools. Tell us a little bit about some of these modules.
We have modules to help make weather forecasters better. We have modules that explain the link between weather and health. For example, the flu season. Why is the flu season when it is? I think some of our recent modules are about tsunamis, and we were about to publish quite an extensive series of tsunami modules when the big tsunami happened in Japan. We went to full stop, and an interesting thing that we got was, you may have seen a video from a Coast Guard helicopter of a sailboat being swept out to sea in California, right?
Yes.
We found that guy, and we interviewed him.
Okay.
And one of the things he said is, while I was being carried out to sea, I was thinking to myself, this is going to be in a training video someday.
And now it is.
And it is, that's right.
Well, let's make it clear, and I mean, I haven't said this, but these modules, these educational materials, are free to anyone, and all you have to do is register at the COMET website.
That's right. That's right. You know, you just have to tell us who you are and what you do. And many people click other, which drives me nuts, because I want to know who's in our website.
Who the users are.
Yeah, but that's their choice.
Can you recommend a couple modules that might be particularly of interest to our viewers?
We have a series of modules now intended for spotters. If you know who a spotter is someone who is assisting the National Weather Service, assisting the emergency managers, and these modules, I think, will be very interesting to people who enjoy the weather and are just observing it. Another one coming up, which will be coming up, is on climate models. You hear about climate forecasts, but they actually come out of a model, similar to a weather model, but it's a climate model. And that will be available in 6 or 8 weeks. And I think that people who wonder about climate forecasts will find it very interesting to learn how a climate model works.
I agree.
Yeah.
Now, this must be an interesting mix of folks working together at COMET. I understand you have about 30 employees. You've got meteorologists, but other scientists, graphic designers, computer engineers. Talk a little bit about that mix.
We have 11 scientists, if I include me in that mix, I guess.
We'll do that.
And we have instructional designers. This is a master's degree or PhD in instructional design, how to teach. We also have software engineers, and our animator, we're quite well known for our animations, is a guy by the name of Steve Deo, who listens to loud rock music in his office and ends up being very creative, though, and he's a very important part of our program.
We're almost out of time, but could you just mention some of the organizations from which Comet gets funding, who support Comet?
Certainly NOAA, which funds our National Weather Service, and NESDIS, which is the satellite agency, but also the U.S. Navy, the Bureau of Reclamation funds Comet, and the Government of Canada funds our program, Government of Australia funds our program, and we also get funding from the World Meteorological Organization, which is a UN agency.
So it's really a diverse international
Very.
group of users.
Very, yeah.
Dr. Tim Spangler, thanks for joining us on Weather World. Very interesting.
Thank you, John.
We'll be back in a moment with a recap of the short-range forecast.